Hello?
Cameron, babe, what's happening?
Very little.
How do you feel?
Shredded.
Is your mother in the room?
She's in Decatur. Unfortunately, she's not staying. Where are you?
I'm taking the day off. Now get dressed and come on over.
Can't, stupid. I'm sick.
That's all in your head. Come on over.
I feel like complete shit, Ferris. I can't go anywhere.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now come on over here and pick me up. Shh. You're not dying, you just can't think of anything good to do.
When Cameron was in Egypt's land, let my Cameron go.
I'm serious, man. This is ridiculous, making me wait around the house for you. Why can't you let me rot in peace?
Do you know what my diastolic is?
Be a man. Take some Pepto-Bismol, get dressed, and come on over here. I'm tired of this stuff.
Oh, shut up.
If you're not over here in 15 minutes, you can find a new best friend.
You've been saying that since the 5th grade.
I'm so disappointed in Cameron. $20 says he's sitting in his car debating about whether or not he should go out. He'll keep calling me. He'll keep calling me until I come over. He'll make me feel guilty. This is ridiculous, okay? I'll go. Shit. God damn it!
Forget it. That's it. Doing it.
Broken already.
Cameron, it's my fault. I'll take the heat for it. We'll wait for your father to come home, and when he gets here, I'll tell him that I did it. He hates me anyway.
No. I'll take it. No, I'll take it.
No, you don't want this much heat.
I want it. If I didn't want it, I wouldn't have let you take the car out this morning.
I made you take the car this morning.
I could have stopped you. It is possible to stop Mr. Ferris Bueller, you know. No, I want it, I'm gonna take it. That's it.
I don't know what we're looking for, but
Unseated fuses. What? Oh, look, that one wasn't even popped in. Unpop. Look at this.
huh?
They're all popped. Yeah, they're all dropping in. I'm dead serious. All of these. None of these are seated. Phil, look. Push down.
Oh, yep, that one was. Wow.
Yeah, all these. Look.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
What is going on?
Dude.
Look, every single one of these. They're all like unseated.
High quality right there.
Come on, Jeep. Do better. I hope this fixes it.
Oh.
Even the big one.
Dude, hey, look at this. Look at this from the side. Look at these two.
They're not even on. Look. What the frick?
Ain't nothing like working on your $92,000 Wrangler.
This is insane.
That's what these tests are for.
That's crazy. Watch this stuff not even clipped on. It's a little warm.
Oh, dude, that one wasn't in either. Okay.
What about these? What is that supposed to be flopping around like that, Corey?
Yeah.
Oh, those are spares.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, those are spares there.
All right. Let's try her out. I don't like it anymore.
I don't know.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, Now tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
We were actually right over there hours ago, putting fuel in it. So I go to the pump, you know, trashy old pumps, card wouldn't work. So, like, Wesley, hop in the Jeep, pull around to the other one because I'm over at the other side now, seeing if it works, and it worked. So I pull it around. He's like, okay. So he turns right here, just little loop, pulls it up to the pump, start pumping, kind of lean in the Jeep, just sitting there waiting. All of a sudden I see it says service four-wheel drive, and I'm like, like, we put like 60 miles on it at that point, and we already broke it. I'm like, well, dang. So kill it, recrank it, goes away. Take off, comes back on. So I was like, hang on, I'm gonna research this. So he goes on to the forum, specifically for the 392s, and some guy in Moab was doing some spirited off-roading and had this issue. He said, did I break it or is there something else wrong? And people said that if you come over here to the fuse box, that the fuses actually aren't all snapped in. The relays and the mini fuses and the see-through fuses weren't snapped in from the factory. And we put probably, I don't know, 20 miles or so on it so far, and it's been flawless. So a really weird factory issue. And my only guess is that now that it has some miles on it and we're in Oklahoma and the roads aren't exactly smooth, that they were not snapped in like people said, but with it's basically like off-roading, you know, like the guy in Moab. They would just wiggle loose and all of a sudden, boom, service four-wheel drive. Now I'm surprised that something else didn't happen, but at least that's something that didn't just leave us stranded, because I was kind of worried that something might have happened, but nope, just fuses, factory flaw, even though it's a 2023 and it's not a, you know, COVID built vehicle, but all new vehicles probably will have some type of issue. That's just the way that it is. So anyways, without any more delay, let's go for a ride. All right, well, obviously we've been on the road for a while driving it, but we now have our now have good opinions of what we think of the 392 Wrangler. And power wise, I think it's perfect. You can probably agree with me on that. You know, I've heard that you can tune about 30-35 horsepower into these things just with fuel and, you know, a little bit of timing, but honestly it's really plenty for what it is. I mean, you know, you kind of get onto it, you can feel the front end kind of get light, you kind of have to control it. So it's right on the edge of what would be too much for a small vehicle like this. Honestly though, I think I would prefer to have the non-recon Wrangler, especially with the 392, because I feel like the gearing with the 8-speed automatic is just really short with the 456 gears. The 373 would give you a longer first gear out of the hole, and you know, you still have low range for your off-road activities. But overall, I mean, I'm not really picky either way. You know, if you can find one with or without it, it's kind of like, especially if it's used, it doesn't really matter. But if it's new, take your pick. If you want shorter gearing or longer gearing. What are your thoughts?
I just want to say, I mean, it's first time being in one of these for me. I've experienced, you know, the V6 Jeeps. I've tried out some of the turbo 4 cylinders, and I just want to point out, you know, I knew that it was going to be fun, it was going to be exciting, it was going to be something totally wild, just completely unexpected, but it's truly a unique experience. That's the best thing I can say about it. You know, obviously with the big 35s, it's a heavy rig. I mean, it's not gonna feel like a sports car. It's not gonna feel like a Challenger or anything like that. But the experience that you get something that's got the top heaviness of a Jeep, and it's got the big heavy wheels and tires, but just the torque of it, and with the ZF transmission, is perfect. It's a really exciting ride. I kind of want one. Not gonna lie, they're pretty darn impressive.
Yeah, and going about like this special aspect of it, purple is obviously pretty rare. There's a lot of blue ones. I don't think I've seen a white one. I've seen some black ones, and I've seen, yeah, there's the like destroyer kind of primer gray. I've seen a couple of those. I've seen 2 pink ones ever. So I think pink is probably the rarest. Somewhere with white. Like I said, I don't keep up on the new car stuff, so someone probably knows what the rarest color actually is. Of course, Dodge does their special colors in like 6-month intervals, so all colors are kind of oddball for the most part. But me personally, I think it'd be cool to buy, like a green one or a gray one, or just whatever a common color is, something like that. You can get cheap, and then have it wrapped in the bikini color, which you could never actually get with a 392, and you can never get it on a Gladiator either. So I think that would be a nice color to have on a 392. It'd be very unique. And obviously I would like to have the regular top, because I would like to pull the top and the doors off and just leave it all off over the course of summer. But again, this top is pretty quiet because it's only like 40% a soft top, so it is pretty quiet. However,
did experience a little issue early on into this adventure. I'm real picky about little rattles and squeaks and noises, especially in new vehicles. It's just it's a pet peeve of mine. So we're cruising along, of course, heading into Oklahoma, so we're getting on some a little bit rougher roads. Thank you, Oklahoma DOT, for that. Anyways, over here in obviously the passenger side where I've been sitting, there was a pretty nice little shimmy coming from the convertible top. It was one of those shimmies that you wouldn't necessarily be bothered by, except for the fact that if I turn the music up, I can still hear it. I didn't enjoy that, but it seems to have gone away now, so that's good.
Yeah, we've opened and closed it a few times for parking under trees and stuff. We didn't want stuff dropping into the Jeep. But it's probably something that could be greased. But the bottom line is, a new vehicle, you expect it to be perfect. Expect it to have no rattles or squeaks or, stuff like that. So it was a little disappointing. But overall, not a horrible top. I'd like to see how these end up lasting when they get 10, 15, 20 years old. I'd be curious. Obviously the regular soft tops don't last that long because they get all dry rotted unless they spend their life indoors. But yeah, overall, not a lot of complaints. A couple other things I want to touch on is I would love to tune out the 4-cylinder mode. It's annoying, just like the other V8 Dodge vehicles out there. Multiple ones have it, and I'm not a big fan that it's full-time four-wheel drive, or it's auto, so it cinches when there's slip. It'd be fun to have it 2-wheel drive sometimes, just for activities that definitely shouldn't be done in a Jeep. But yeah, you can tune that in as well. I heard that there's some software when you get it tuned in with a taser. You press a couple buttons a couple times and it goes into 2-wheel drive mode. So pretty simple. If someone really wants that, you can do it. Fuel mileage isn't that bad. We're cruising up some hills and stuff, doing about 70 on the way up here, getting about 14.5, 14.8, so almost 15. Of course, it does have the 35s and the 456 gears, so not that bad, and it is lifted substantially higher than a regular Jeep. But we'll get a few more exhaust clips and a little 2-step launch, which it does have 2-step built into it, and you'll get to hear what that's like.
A couple of little nitpicks on these things. I know it's a Jeep, it's a Chrysler product. Overall, these things are pretty darn solid. I'm actually pretty impressed. They don't really rattle or squeak. for the most part. One thing kind of surprised me. This is a 2023. It's got 4,000 miles on it. We shouldn't have loose wobbly mirrors, guys, and this isn't just the passenger side. It's on this driver's side as well.
Yeah.
Check this out. It's almost like the screws just weren't completely screwed in from the factory.
Yeah,
Kind of weird.
It's a little loose.
Of course, you know, you always see those videos, guys prying on their dashes. It's a cheaper dash, but this one seems to be in pretty good shape. Obviously, you can see the plastics up here aren't the best, but I'm not trying to tear it apart. I really, really do enjoy this vehicle. I think overall it's a very solid feel, interior-wise. You know, the doors have a nice, tight seal to them. One other thing that I really had a gripe about on this vehicle, the adaptive cruise control, it's not very good. I think it may have a little bit to do with it, you know, just being the Jeep with the big bumper on the front end. They could probably do some work on maybe trying to update that system, maybe work on that a bit.